Well, it's that time with new OCG hype. We got to look at things that we can pick up on our side of the game. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more OS content. So this Fiendsmith hype that the OCG has been experiencing is nuts. So with this, Fable Dory is going to be the thing that you're going to want to look at out here. It's kind of your first little point to kind of jump on into this. And I'll be honest with you, Fable Dory has been on everybody's spotlight for a little while. But I think a lot of people kind of looked at the initial hype and they're like, this is going to die down. You know, this isn't going to stick around and be anything really too strong. And I'll agree with you. I kind of thought that Fiendsmith was a lot of hype. And the way it looks, you know, being able to tutor in for a Lori, discard to get an extra free body on the field, be able to toggle on up, well, you know, it's still kind of worth it there. And I mean, in addition to this, I mean, you've also got the magical musketeer stuff as well. I'm not going to really change the subject too much to address that because the magical musketeer hype was one thing. It was just, oh, you know, you could link one into a link one. Ooh, you know, particularly spicy. And yeah, I mean, sure, that's particularly interesting that you could do that, but just kind of looking at how things are going right now, I don't know. But for sure, right now, one Fabled Lori is going to be the thing to pick up. You know, the rest of the Fabled stuff, I really didn't live up to the hype, you know. I guess you could try to play Grimrose and things like that, but I don't know why you would try to do that when you could just stick to the more conventional method of things. I know a lot of these, we're going to try to spice and things up, try some of the other varieties. I mean, yeah, that's how deck building is done for a lot of the people that want to test, but honestly, if you're looking at this stuff and you miss very hard, well, crap. So pick up your Fable Dories, I guess, while you can. Nightmare Throne. Oh, man. For those of you that live underneath a rock, which I don't know why you would be, you've already seen the price of Nightmare Throne and the TCG going sideways all over the place. And to the people that picked up Nightmare Thrones for, you know, the $20, I'm clapping for you. Good stuff. But we're at the point right now where Nightmare Throne's one of those cards that we know Phantom of Yubel is a card. We know this exists. We know that there's going to be a splash engine coming down the pipeline here when, you know, some interesting little things will kind of happen along the way. And I do think that you do need to make sure you have your thrones just for the splashable package, for what you can kind of expect to see. That's all it is. It's like, yes, you have the standard incarnation of Yubel right now, which Grave Squirmers, a lot of the little tech options that you can have. Yes, that's good. My main concerns about this, though, are all more or less, do you have the cards for the splash package in the future, or do you have an intent to play the splash package? If you don't have an intent to do this, well, then you can just ignore the Nightmare Thrones at their price points that they are right now, and you can continue on along with the day. But if you are looking to the future and you're like, hey, I want to play these thrones, I want to test out what is to come with this, I want to see what we can try out with this, that's where the real deck building is going to come in, with the 5-card splash package, the 1 Spirit, the 1 Yubel, the Nightmare Throne package. I can't believe that this is what we're going to be dealing with out here in terms of developments for your meta. Yay! Can we even call this a tech choice? It's more or less an engine at this point. Next up is the Angel of Blue Tears. Now, this showed up as an abnormality tech choice, and this is a rare out of the Maze set. But it lets you target one phase of monster on the field. Its controller's opponent takes damage equal to the number of cards in their hand, times 200. Then you get to negate the effects of that target till the end of this turn. And if damage is inflicted, you can banish this card from your graveyard to set one normal trap card directly from your hand or deck. If set from the hand, it can be activated this turn. You can only activate one Blue Angel Tears per turn. My, I don't know. I will say out here, for the most part, that this is one of those cards that you look at in terms of card design, and you're like, okay, this is kind of cool. You have a effect that can ping your opponent for some sort of damage, which is good. And then to top things off, you have the ability that if damage is basically pinged out here, you can basically set a trap card directly from the deck, and you're able to use it. For the interactions I saw this for, it was a one-of. It was in the side deck, and it's one of those cards that, I guess, in terms of tech choices for how the future of the meta is going to go, I think you could play this as a very fun card. But once again, that's Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, a lot of these tech choices come down to fun options, the things that work out for you, and you get the ability to set up some sort of ping damage, which is pretty strong along the way. But outside of that, it's the little things like this, right? I do believe we are getting a card that can search this in the future, which maybe there will be more of an application for it then, but for all intents and purposes, for the time being, no. It's kind of a mess in my opinion. Next up is your Exodia set of choice. Now, the reason why this gets a whole subsection here is with the new little Exodia support that's coming down here. People are going to be trying out the Exodia Turbo decks and all of the cool little ideas that kind of come with it, which is good. I know people are excited for this, but once again, you're like a kid at the candy store out here with all of the different flavors of Exodia. Do you want the Lost Arts? Do you want the OG First Edition? I mean, good luck on the OG First Editions if you're going down that path. But then the decision you gotta make is, do I want to play this as like an Exodia Turbo deck, or do I actually want to use the big fusion monster itself and kind of see what more we can do with that? I do think that there is some cool ideas that you can have with this for sure, but you got to pick yours. So do keep in mind we do have the Ultimate Rare coming down the pipeline here with the next OTS pack, which I believe is a June release, which is good. We'll have that as it comes out, but that's just the head. So, you know, how do you want to decorate the limbs? You know, it's all about the choice that you want to make for your own playsets. And that's a good thing, I will say. You know, the little creativity to see what you can do is good. But it's also Exodia, the forbidden one. This card, or the set of cards, and the things that people enjoy playing with this. Just get whichever flavor that you want for your creativity to decide, hey, you know, this is the version I want to play. This is what we're going to be able to decide that we can do. Everything's going to work out just fine in the way that we expect this. Good. But make sure you get the Exodia set you want before something kind of goes wrong. And then Momento. I feel like this has been said a lot on this channel when you're looking at the Momento stuff. You know, the way that this deck plays, they just got a painful choice. They just got the ability to basically cleave off 3 cards from the deck for their big fusion. And Momento's just been disrespected by so much. But now that, you know, we've kind of had the chance to see things kind of change out here with the OCG and the ability to kind of see the developments and things for deck building, I think that we're doing pretty decent out here, which is good. All right, you've got some heavy challengers in the meta. Memento's one of those decks that, honestly, I think going forward, people are going to have fun with. It takes all of the old classic monsters and gives them some new life back into the deck. And that's really what you want to see, right? You want to see some classic challengers, you know, getting remade, and you're able to use those old monsters, kind of do the thing. Also, I think the deck is very unique in the aspect that, you know, you have a 5,000 attack point monster that interacts with the trap cards and things, and you're actually using your boss monster in the archetype to be able to do things. That's cool! Alright, even to this point. So, you know, you just have to get to it, be able to set it up, and you'll be able to do that pretty easily. But with the new support, I think the deck is a lot of fun. So all intents and purposes right now, I get your Momento stuff sooner than later. The later, I mean, cards just continue to rise in price. We've seen this all day long with these new support waves coming. So, a lot of stuff to be watching. But what do you guys think? Please, comment down below, tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.